Hello and welcome to today's case. Before we start, we would like to say our respect goes out to all those who knew and loved Cathryn Gorospe. Warning, some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Cathryn Gorospe was born on August 16, 1973 in Los Angeles County, California. She was raised in California but decided to relocate to Arizona for college and ultimately decided to stay in the state after graduating. For 20 years, she worked as a kindergarten teacher at Arrowhead Elementary School in the Deer Valley School District in Glendale, Arizona, where her students and colleagues greatly admired her. Those who knew her described her as selfless, always willing to help others, and a dependable friend. Cathryn enjoyed participating in charity runs, being outdoors, and spending time with her dog, Sunshine. She was also an enthusiastic reader and loved visiting Disneyland and the Grand Canyon. In addition, Cathryn was known for her lively, optimistic, humorous, and charismatic personality. During the summer months, Cathryn often worked as a tour guide for the Grand Canyon Railway in Williams, Arizona, a small town of 6,000 people and a popular tourist destination. On July 10, 2017, at a local restaurant called the Wild West Junction, she spoke with her waiter, 27-year-old Charlie Malzahn, and she seemed to like him. The next day, she returned to the restaurant searching for Charlie, but he was not working that day. Cathryn decided to get his number from a co-worker, and they began talking regularly. Their relationship developed from there. Charlie Malzahn is a 27-year-old man who was born and raised in Arizona. He was the stepson to a police chief, but Charlie really didn't talk to his stepfather. Charlie had attended Williams High School but dropped out. He had a history of criminal activity, including arrests for theft in 2008 and aggravated assault, and resisting arrest in 2012. He also had a history of substance abuse, specifically with meth and alcohol, and appeared to have mental health issues. In March 2017, he was arrested for DUI with a blood alcohol level more than twice the legal limit. Despite this, Cathryn found herself immediately drawn to Charlie and viewed his problems not as permanent obstacles, but as challenges that could be overcome with enough discipline, care, and support. Cathryn was determined to help him turn his life around. She would set boundaries to ensure he sought help for his substance abuse. There was a sense of hope and optimism at the beginning of their relationship, with Cathryn believing that she could make a positive impact on Charlie's life. However, approximately 1 month after they began dating, Charlie slipped and fell back into old habits. This was a significant setback for Cathryn, but she remained determined to support him and help him overcome his struggles. On August 20, 2017, a panicked 911 call was made in Arizona. The caller was Charlie's sister, and she was reporting a potential carjacking. She told the police that she had been driving on Interstate 10 in Tempe, with Charlie in the front passenger seat and her children in the back, when Charlie suddenly became highly agitated and paranoid, telling his sister that someone in the car next to them would shoot him. After that, Charlie climbed into the back seat and pulled out a 9mm Beretta handgun. His sister quickly stopped the van and fled with her children, leaving Charlie alone in the van. After his sister and her children left, Charlie got into the driver's seat and drove away, leaving them stranded. Later, he called his sister and informed her that he was in a bar in Williams with her car.
Behind you, Tracy. Charlie. Please put your hands up on the wall for us. Put your hands up on the wall. Put your hands up on the wall.
Up on the wall.
Put your hands up on the wall.
If you move, you will be shot. You understand me?
Yes, sir. What's this all about?
You have any weapons on you, Charlie?
What am I being pulled over for, sir?
You're not being pulled over. You're being contacted because of the vehicle issue.
Get on your knees. Get on your knees. I'm going hands-free. Put mine.
I got it.
That's not pocket.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's tight.
It's right here.
You're under arrest.
Sorry.
Williams 9, be advised, all broken.
I'll go let her know. Sam, one more 1015. Yeah, I'll go get one.
15 at 2002.
Yeah, he just walked out with a gun in his pocket. He's in custody.
He's prohibited possession.
I know.
After being arrested, Charlie would ask Cathryn for help with bail. Cathryn didn't have the money to bail Charlie out at first, but she stated she would help him. As they continued to speak on the phone for a few weeks, their conversations would become dark. Charlie would make disturbing statements, such as wanting to kill a dog and drink baby's blood. Despite this, Cathryn seemed to think it was more of a dark humor situation and nothing serious. After weeks of incarceration and multiple phone calls, Charlie was able to persuade Cathryn to post the bail money to secure his release. Cathryn agreed to provide $2,000 and put up her home as collateral. Before departing for the jail, Cathryn reached out to Charlie to discuss the rules he would have to follow for her to do so. She also mentioned that she got help from a bail bondsman. On October 6th, she drove her white Toyota RAV4 from Phoenix to the Coconino County Jail. Surveillance footage shows her entering the building and posting bond at 10:12 p.m. However, this would be the last time she was seen alive.
They call from and paid for by
Charlie Malzahn, Coconino County Jail. Can you come get me?
I hate
Cathryn, Cathryn, I'm sitting here waiting for you. Will you please come get me? I mean, I'm going to slick my hair back with some gel. I'm going to put deodorant on.
Because if we do this, we're in this together.
All right, for the long haul?
Got it?
For the long haul?
Yes.
I love you so much.
I love you too. And we're going to let people think whatever they need to think. We don't care if they like you. You're just going to do your best.
Everybody's going to like me because when I'm doing my best and I'm sober, everybody likes me.
I have $2,000, but I don't have $20,000 collateral.
What do you mean?
I mean, my house doesn't have any equity in it, and my car is not worth $20,000.
$20,000 for those. What they're going to do?
But I don't think you're that dangerous. Are you that dangerous?
Her roommate grew concerned about her well-being after she hadn't returned home for 2 days. Furthermore, her absence was unusual for her as she would never leave her dog without making plans for daily checkups to make sure her dog was okay. Her roommate decided to report Cathryn missing, and given these details, the police suspected that she might not have left on her own accord and began searching for her immediately. Officers reached out to anyone who knew her and learned that Cathryn had called a friend at 3:30 p.m. on October 6th. In the voicemail, Cathryn had said something disturbing. Her tone of voice was playful and joking, but there seemed to be a hint of concern. According to the police records, on the morning of October 7th, Charlie attempted to obtain drugs and a gun by reaching out to acquaintances in Clifton. Later that day, police discovered Charlie and his friend at the mall, where they had made various purchases. When the police approached Charlie, he initially gave them a false name and claimed that his name was Cole Nixon. He stated that the credit card belonged to his girlfriend and that she had permitted him to use it. He also said he could spend $1,200 on her card. He further stated that he had met her online on a Cougar Life website and that she was an older woman he had been dating. The police asked Charlie for his girlfriend's phone number and asked if she would answer when they called. Charlie said that she should, but when the police tried calling her repeatedly, the calls went straight to voicemail. At first, Charlie said that it must be her day off and she should be answering, but then he said that maybe she was sleeping or he didn't know why she wasn't responding. Throughout the entire interaction, the police kept questioning Charlie about his name, as they suspected he was lying to them. After about 30 minutes, Charlie finally gave them his real name. He said that he didn't initially tell them his real name because he didn't think they were real cops. He thought they were just mall security. On October 7th, University Police at Arizona State and Temp sent out an alert seeking information about a young man who had assaulted a woman in her dormitory. They released a photo of the man, captured from a surveillance video, and described him as a white male, around 6 feet tall, with a slim build. Just 10 minutes after the report of the assault, another female student reported that a man had approached her car with a crowbar and threatened to hit her with it if she did not hand over her keys. About 3 hours later, police spotted Cathryn's SUV being driven around 20 miles away from ASU, near 59th Avenue and Camelback Road. They recognized the driver as Charlie and started following him. When he tried to flee, he ended up crashing the car and was arrested without incident. He was taken into custody in the early morning hours of October 8th. While in police custody, Charlie physically attacked 2 officers and attempted to escape. During the altercation, one of the officers sustained a 9-inch cut on the back of his head. After impounding Cathryn's SUV, investigators discovered that the car had sustained front-end damage. The back bumper was broken off, and various personal items such as stickers, tire covers, and license plate covers were missing. Additionally, blood stains were found in multiple locations throughout the vehicle, including the center console, sunroof, visor, and door panels. It was revealed that Charlie had been asking others for drugs and a gun. An acquaintance who was hanging out with him stated that Charlie had a noticeable cut on his thumb. He also stated Charlie seemed worried, and he kept freaking out over everything. Charlie's sister reported that he had exhibited violent tendencies since he was 13 years old and had written stories about slashing victims in a notebook. She added that Charlie struggled with addiction and mental health issues throughout his life, but she believed he was a good person deep down. According to Cathryn's sister, Cathryn had met Charlie a few days before he was bailed out and told her that Charlie had manipulated her but that she enjoyed his darker side. The police would examine cell phone data and find that both Charlie and Cathryn's phones were in Williams, about 40 minutes from Flagstaff, for about 30 minutes on the day that Cathryn picked him up. He reportedly wanted to visit his grandmother, mother, and ex-girlfriend. The police searched remote or wooded areas in or near Williams and found a white t-shirt with blood on it. As the police interviewed more people who knew Charlie, they learned more about the witness hanging out with Charlie after he was bailed. The witness said that Charlie went to his house around 6 a.m. on October 7th, and he was driving a white SUV. He said that he was asking for weed and meth when he came over. When Charlie was arrested, he was uncooperative. He claimed not to know Cathryn, but eventually admitted that he did know her and that she had bailed him out of jail. But he said that she had left her car in Flagstaff and allowed him to use it whenever he wanted. On October 13th, when he first talked to the lead detective, he said he had information to share and requested coffee and fast food before talking. Charlie was not specific about what happened, but instead focused on the location of Cathryn's body. He said that the details of what happened were irrelevant and that all the police wanted was her body. He eventually revealed the location of her body near a convenience store and remembered seeing construction in the area, but was vague about the details. Based on his information and the time Cathryn picked him up, the police were able to narrow down the location of her body. The police found a store that was open late in the area, and after searching for an hour or so, they discovered a heavily decomposed body on a road near the store. The body was identified as belonging to Cathryn through dental records. It was noted her body also had several stab wounds, scratches, and cuts, which were thought to be defensive wounds. Additionally, the body had multiple broken ribs. Charlie eventually shared his version of events with the police. He stated that the two of them were on their way to a campsite when the incident occurred, explaining the bloody shirt that was previously found. According to him, they drove on a Forest Service road and passed an abandoned barn when things turned violent. He said that Cathryn was the one who had brought a knife and that she threatened to kill him while they were in the car. He claimed that she pulled out a butcher knife and said, "It's time to die." He then grabbed the knife and stabbed her. He also said that during the altercation, the driver's side door of the car opened, and Cathryn fell out onto the ground. He then put her body in the car's trunk and drove around for an hour before disposing of her body near a convenience store. He was later charged with first-degree murder and abandonment of a body and to avoid the death penalty. He took a plea deal and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime content. Until next time, stay safe.